Hi, Paul here, back for another session of cold weather boat building. Last time I worked on the crossbeam supports. Let me talk about those a little bit. When you look at how proas or traditional proas are, the outriggers are fastened to the crossbeams, There are a number of ways, but one of the ways is they use a number of sticks coming up from the main hull, and then the crossbeam is lashed to the sticks, and the sticks are usually angled in and quite often angled across and sometimes straight up. And there's a couple of problems with that using this method of construction. I don't have a good way to attach the sticks to the hull, and when you're using a log, you can drill a hole in and stick the stick in and then try to lash it or pin it in place. Well, I can't really do that. I just have a thin outer shell. And then I guess that's the biggest issue. I would like to use the multi-segment connection method because it's flexible. It will flex a little bit, yet it's supported across different areas, and so it will keep the outrigger where you want it, but it will allow a little bit of flexibility. So what I've done, let me move to this one. What I've done is I've got cleats, risers, and a crossbeam. Those are all going to be epoxied together once I get it to where I want it. And I may add a gusset. I may add a gusset here from this crossbeam. Basically just a piece of plywood that covers that corner. If I think that it needs some support. Now, one thing, I've actually raised this part up here, and I don't plan to keep it like that. I think in the end it will be to the top of this bar, or maybe a little bit higher, maybe a ½ inch higher to an inch higher. And the reason is that the way it is now, it's going to help me when I line it up. It's going to help me make sure everything is square. Then I'm going to set it, glue it, and then I'll probably cut it down because that is very vulnerable there, that length of wood. If I put a 2x4 in there and twist it, it could very easily break the mount. But that's there mainly to line things up. Before I can install these permanently, I need to put some glass down on the outrigger, and originally I had talked about not putting a layer of glass on the skin or the plywood of the outrigger, and I was just thinking that I don't think I've ever had a piece of plywood not check and sort of be ruined when it was left outside and did not have a layer of glass and epoxy over it. So from thinking about it, I'm going to cover the top and the sides, actually all parts, with a thin layer of glass. I've got it on order. It's 4.5 ounces. It's a special weave to lay flat and not hold a lot of epoxy. So that's going to be a future step. The thing is, I don't want to do that while it's cold. You want the epoxy to thin out pretty well, and you don't want lots of globs of epoxy. That'll make it way too heavy. So that's it on the cross beams. I'm going to talk a little bit about the bow and aft sections, but this is the crossbeam method that I'm going to use, and essentially I'm going to lay a 2x4 piece, but it'll probably be cut down to a more shaped. It probably won't be 2x4 when it attaches here, but I will lash that to that crossbeam that is in the riser. So that's it. Thank you.